bam, boom, bing, bada, boom, bang, bam. We're dead. Hello. Good evening. Is everything working? Hello? Okay, I thought my camera was broken for a second there. That was weird. Hi, everybody. Let's get music playing. Wonderful music, wonderful music, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Everything is great and wonderful. I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are having a great time. I'm sleepy as fuck. I'm really sleepy, but we're here. Hi. Hello. And we're not playing on the server today. No Minecraft today, but it is going to be a day of me subjecting you guys to my insanity again. And also possibly butchering, blaspheming a beloved fantasy species because I can, and nobody can stop me. It's gonna be worse than the elves. I gave elves tails, now I'm doing this. And you know what? No one can stop me. What's the point of making a fantasy world if I don't just do insanity? Like, come on. For real, on God. Where? There it is. Okay, let me stretch. Stretch. This should become like our new, like, beginning of stream routine. All of us stretch together and we'd like do breathing exercises. Just breathe and stretch and everything will be a-okay. It'll be hunky and dory. But okay, I'm gonna subject you guys to my scrunklies, but also in general, my world of Euridia, which you guys all know about. You guys are subjected to my world of Euridia constantly and a lot. And I have my brain worms about it. And I know who I want as, like, protagonists in this universe, essentially. And I want to flesh out, like, the characters that they would interact with as protagonists, if that makes sense. You know? And then in general, I just kind of wanted to flesh out some of the places because I love these characters. I love this world. And I wanted to do that. And I came up with a new fantasy species based off of an existing fantasy species, because I was looking at that fantasy species. I was like, why the fuck are they so similar? I looked at this, like, this fantasy species everybody just universally kind of has in worlds. I was like, wait a goddamn minute. Cause, okay. I was messaging Shay one day. Let me try to find the messages. Where, hey, Shay, where's the... I know they're in the DM somewhere. 1 minute, let me try to find them. Where the hell are they? One's... Dear God, we talk too much. Oh, when I was screaming about Critical Role. No, not that.
What does those words mean?
I'm talking about my new fantasy species, but I know they're in your DMs, right? Were you the one I messaged about them?
Yes, you are.
Where are they?
Are you looking for the images you sent?
I'm looking for where I talked about them.
Okay, hold on, I got you.
Which I think is where the images are, but I don't know. Dear God, we talk too much. I found them! Okay.
Yeah, if anybody could...
So, this started with me going into Shay's DMs because I wanted to make a new rabbit species. And then, out of curiosity, I was just looking at, like, species that are in, like, typical fantasy D&D settings. And, I saw halflings. And I realized halflings are just rabbits. Might be controversial. I don't know if this is a common thing that people think. They're just rabbits!
I can almost guarantee it.
Light-footed, very large, hairy feet. Small, associated with luck. live in a place called burrows. Halflings are just rabbits.
I feel like you're saying the slur when you say it like that in this context.
I don't care.
It just feels like a really bad stereotype.
No, this is
But I
based
know it's
in
not.
D&D specifically because I saw that halflings get a lucky feat, which means that they get to re-roll their ones. I was like, they're just rabbit people, which I love, but I wanted rabbits. So I was like, I guess I'm not having halflings in my world, and I'm having lapins instead, which is my rabbit people, and I love them dearly.
I think I I need you to know the more you talk about your world, the more that I think you and my little scrunkly disassociate man would get along, but also you would just accuse him of stealing your brand again.
Who are you talking about? Is it the man that stole my bug-type Pokemon brand?
Yes, yes, it is him.
Fucker. He needs to stay away from me.
I'm sorry that I enjoy
You have a type,
extremely
I know.
creative. You are the type. We talked about that's old lore for chat who may not have been here for that.
Oh god. Anyways,
Oh.
yeah, I have a
Anyway.
race of rabbit people called Lapins, and they're great, and I
Look.
love them.
And then what's worse is Asher was like, he's also built like Wesley from Princess Bride. And I was like, you didn't have to say those.
I don't want to be associated like that. Even just tangentially, I don't want that.
I know, and I love that. You won't make me have to think about the fact that Wesley is the source code.
No, what we need to
like
talk
that.
about is the fact that on your Hear Me Out cake, you had 2 versions of a magic mirror. Hi, Johnny. Thank you for lurking. Even if it's just to
Hey,
keep your
Johnny.
streak.
Hey, man. Look, it's not my fault that when I thought of one, so chat. So for art, we did a Hear Me Out cake for my birthday. And my original thought was the book from Ella Enchanted. And then I realized there's like a really janky version of Snow White.
There's been a lot of versions of Snow White.
But this very specific one has a magic mirror in it with a face. And I was sitting there thinking, like, this is the same man. So I put both of them down.
You did!
I did. It was great. We should do that. That should be our birthday tradition from now on. If we meet up for someone's birthday. Is forget making cakes, having a meals. We just do a Hear Me Out cake.
I say we pick a theme for every Hear Me Out cake.
Yes. Because we were everywhere.
Maybe like Pokemon is one of the themes. And then you, who doesn't know Pokemon, has to pick Pokemon that you would smash out of looks alone. If y'all saw it, but I finished my drawing of every... I did! Which, holy shit!
Did I miss it? Did I miss art?
It's an art! It's a lot! It's insanity! 5 months of work!
I see you good.
You can't ask my viewers if they're okay. The answer is always no.
Like, I know, but this feels like one of those things when you show it to your kid comes to show you a drawing, and you have to sit here and like, do I need to call a psychologist or a priest?
And one day,
and I mean that affectionately.
One day, I don't know, maybe all of your guys' birthday, every single birthday, I'll just like one at a time start giving you guys like congrats on the autism cakes.
I don't have autism.
Mm-hmm.
I just have the shared symptoms.
still getting all of you guys a cake.
Like, it's not even, it's to the point it's not funny. I don't get the rest of it, which would make the symptoms I do have at least make sense. I just get the annoying part. The annoying, like, someone was like, I like chokers. Chokers are really cool. My body tries to act like something's trying to kill me. Like, my throat starts to close.
Can't believe you're
when I put
allergic.
chokers on. I don't even have to have it on fully, Yellow. I put it up to my mouth to like see what it would look like. And within 10 seconds, it felt like my throat was closing. I didn't have to say claps. I was just holding it to my mouth. And my body tried to act like something was touching me. I can't wear turtlenecks.
Being shamed by her own body. That's insane to say, Claude.
That's not what's happening. I don't like people touching my neck. That was before my body started to react like that.
Insane.
That has to go to the quote, actually.
That has to. Oh, I'm screenshotting that. I need that.
What do you mean?
Claude just lives rent-free in our quote book. Where's the stream chat? There it is.
Yeah, because it's that. Just wild. Anyways.
I'm sorry, I'm now looking at the stream chat and the war that happened with Minecraft crop vote. Either way, potatoes came out on top, so like, we win. Claude, out of curiosity, are you a harp player? I think I know the answer to that. Anyway, major part. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh my goodness. Anyways, this. Oh, we got so off track. We got so off track. We're here because I made rabbit people, specifically because I had a really fun idea for a tiny rabbit woman to be the head chef for the royal family in the Orthellan Empire.
Which does still make my favorite concept of her being very sweet, very kind, but also ruthless.
Listen, she'll make you smack yourself with the spoon. And I love that for her.
No. She'll make you bend down so she can smack you in the face.
Just come here. Just come here. Come here. Come here for a second. Come here.
Get on your knees real quick.
Get down. You know. It's like,
you know what's happening.
And, like, okay, my favorite idea is that, like, she was brought in after the coup. So she was, like, I'm thinking either possibly a, like, maid or, like, assistant cook that was let go when he was still, a kid. And then as soon as he became emperor, he brought her back as the head chef. Because anyways, if you guys don't know, this is Adolwulf. He killed his parents in an entire court of nobles when he was crowned the crown prince. Isn't that just great? I love him. Adolwulf is like my favorite character. I know you're not supposed to have favorites with your children, but I do. And it's Adelwolf.
Oh, you know who my favorite character is.
Graham?
No, Atlanta. That's not how you say her name. The spicy one from the other side of the conflict.
Oh, wait, where is she? Where are they? There's the family tree. Ha!
The one with the scary husband. But she's the scary one.
Yeah,
And we love
Atlanta.
her for it. Yeah, I was right.
Atlanta, because her husband calls her Peach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaspard. He's horrifying to look at. Rabbit stew, as in stew made by rabbits. It's very confusing to newcomers. Yes! Well, yeah, okay, wait. So, yeah, you guys know Adelwolf. You guys know Graham, his adopted heir, who's very confused because she went from being from literal backwaters Norfolk to being crown princess to an entire empire. And then we have Dolian. He's the king of the pirates, the Rat King, my favorite little skunkly. And then, okay, wait, I have her image. Where is she? Dear God, I have so many. There she is!
I achieved brat slips this morning.
Yay! Nice. She doesn't have a name yet.
Perfect. It is not eat proof though. That is the sad part. Next goal. Next goal.
Disturbing imagery. He's great. I wish I could make him more rat-like because this is the best pit crew I could find to make him look rat-like without being cute. Because he does look fucked up.
He is a pirate.
He's a pirate.
He has slaughtered many.
He's
He
great.
has killed a few.
He's great.
And yes,
he also got the job
and the way.
partially because nobody else really wanted to do it.
And I love that for him.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does not have a name
Yeah,
yet, but
yeah.
yeah, she's the head chef. She's adorable. She's a brown rabbit with floppy ears. I like her dearly. You're aware of what raccoons are. Yeah, I know. But saying king of the rats sounds stupid. So he's the rat
Wait.
king.
We know what we're saying. We know Mormons.
Mormons? What?
I said we know words.
Oh, I thought you said we know Mormons.
I mean, I do.
I unfortunately
I was
do.
trying to marry one,
Don't do that.
but we know better now. You know better now. You do better now. When you know better, you do better. It was a time. We learned, we evolved, we grew, we got better. We still can't look at his Facebook page, but we get better. And no, I haven't recently. I was tempted at one point, but I haven't done it. No fussing at me. I don't need it. I walked away. Alright. If that is all, I will be off.
Good boy. Where are you?
I'm at home. My headphones are bad. I need to get ones without mics in it.
You sound a little insane. New type of
But it's-
soaking just dropped? What?
What? No. That's
Hold
a
on.
timeout. Who did it? Timed them out. That's
That was
2 minutes
Claude.
Timeout. Claude has timeout for 2 minutes.
No, because I want to know what the fuck you mean. What do you mean a new
That is
type?
That's a DM conversation between you, them, and God. You timed them out right now.
Hey, that's not my god.
But that's between you, him, and mine, because that one connects to one of the ones that like mine.
Kids these days.
Time out.
Hey, you were leaving, so you can't time anybody out.
I know I can't do it right now. If I could, I would.
Exactly.
All right. Love you, bye boy.
Bye-bye!
Might hop back in later with food.
Hello. Okay, we're alone again, so we can talk about my Lapins, because I love them dearly. I love them so much. They're rabbits. I think that there's technically, like, 2 categories that Lapins can fall into, which is rabbits or hares. And just like real-life rabbits and hares are a little bit horrifying. They look like they're going to speak whispers in your ear and curse you. You know? Have you ever seen a rabbit versus a hare? I'm gonna show you guys. Like, they're larger, bigger, but also they look a little bit more insane. They look like they're going to, like, say things to in your ears. You know? It's a great time. 10 out of 10. Anyways. It's great. She's a rabbit Lapin, which I love her. She's great. She needs a name. I don't know what's, like, name. Okay, so, like, Lapin, I use the, like, French word for rabbit, so maybe, like, French names. Maybe Lapins kind of, like, lean towards having, like, French-sounding names. Not French necessarily, but you know, the vibes of a French name. Let's look up French names, actually. Let me look. Let's look up French names. French. Feminine. Let's go feminine. Okay, anyways. Let's see if anything stands out to me. Agnes. Alexandre. Kind of like that. I don't want to do an A name. Camellia. Camille. A youth employed in religious service. Nah. I'm okay. Karine. The function is to serve for Catherine. Karina. Dear beloved. Means keel in Latin. I wouldn't mind Karina. Brioche. Like the food? Like the bun? Brioche. Tasty bun. Chef Brioche. That sounds really cute, actually. Chef Brioche. You know what? I like that. Your name is Brioche. I'm gonna put Chef Brioche. Excellent, excellent, excellent. She is named for bread. Just like me. Chef Brioche! She's so cute! She's a bunny. Oh, I get it. That's great. Okay, I don't know about this. But she's... No, 57. 46, because then she's around the same age as Edelwolf. In current timeline. It's complicated, the timeline, but yeah. So they'd be around the same age. They'd be like a few years apart, maybe. No, wait. Okay, wait. I'm gonna make her... How old is he again? He's like 34? Yeah, 34 and 38. That makes sense. That works. And then... I'm like holding my hands up if you guys can see me. Like, larger than what bunnies actually are because they are bunny people, but like, what did I say they usually are? Yeah, 2 to 3 feet. So I'm thinking she's on kind of the stumpier side, a little shorter. Like 2'4". Yeah, let's go with 2'4". Which is how many centimeters? 2'4" is 71 centimeters. Damn! She's shorty. Yeah, 71 centimeters. 71 centimeters. There we go, okay. Chef Brioche! Look at her, she's so cute. I love her. And then I do have other characters to discuss. I just love Chef Brioche. And Jalapens in general, I really like the idea of them. They're really cool. They can jump like crazy. They're very dexterous. And very good cooks. Or at least she is. I don't know about the rest of them, but she's 100% definitely a really good cook. She's cooking everything. She has machinations. But on top of that, I have 2 characters that are in the guard for the Orthellan Empire. They're 2 of the only survivors after the coup. When the regime change happened, they're one of the only people that survived in the castle. And that is Arete and Ajax. Oop, did not mean to do that. Let me get Ajax. Arete and Ajax. Arete and Ajax. If you guys don't know these characters, these are our very real and canonical characters from another franchise that I may or may not be like just yoinking them from and being like, nope, they're going in here now because do not separate ever. Yeah, Arete. I definitely spelled lieutenant wrong. How do you spell lieutenant? I spelled it wrong when I googled how to spell it, but I couldn't spell it right when I was typing it. Scribbling off the serial numbers. Exactly, they're ours now. Technically, Arete and Nestor are already ours, but these are also just our babies and our children, okay? We're gonna yoink them. Yoinky sploinky. I love... What?
Check out my friend's roommate.
What the fuck is that?
Normal Australian thing.
That's horrifying. Why are the legs so long? Why does your hair look like that? Augustus Gloop.
What do you mean?
You know, like combed over, and then with the like horn sticking. You're good. Your hair's better when it's fluffy. Anyways.
Yeah, that's my friend's landlord.
That is a landlord that will get my money. Holy shit. I just got shown the biggest spider of my fucking life. Anyways. So glad I live in a place that most of our spiders leave us the fuck alone. They just stay in their corner, leave us alone. It's great. Yeah, I love Arete. My baby girl. I love her dearly. Okay, okay. Not 42. How old are you? You're definitely younger. You'd be around the same age, possibly younger. 30. Let's go 30. And then she's actually pretty tall. So let's get like 5'11". How tall is 5'11"? 11 inches, 180 centimeters. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I love Arete. She's Falcon Vulcan. I think I spoke about them. They're these wolf spirits. She's a rare I can't say that word. Night Falcon Vulcan. So she has black fur instead of the usual white fur. She's also not full-blooded, so she does have like a smaller wolf form than what would be typical, because once again, Falcon Vulcans are like fucking huge to scale. But no, she's still pretty fucking huge compared to wolves, but she's not like the full-sized Falcon Vulcans that you meet in the north. Yeah. Okay. Mostly this is bare bones. This is just for me to know shit and you guys to know shit and to like be this, do weird things, insane things. Anyways, Ajax! Ajax! Okay, sorry. My brain comprehending things. He's a strong boy, strong, powerful boy. And then we're gonna go into his backstory, which is, this is where it kind of diverges from who he was. This is why he's my little Skrunkly now. There we go. I don't know how to spell discipline. That's close enough. Ajax is my baby boy. Great time. 13, he was forced to drink dish soap as a kid. Kind of. At 13, he wandered a little bit too close to the edge of the village, essentially. And then ended up on the mountain, fell through a crack in the mountain. Check off topic. Oh god. Soaped gets soaped boy. Oh my god. God. Yep. He's the grease getter, whatever it's called. What is their thing? Yeah, easily adults stuck on Greece. No, it used to be something else. It's like stronger than all of Greece. Is it like what? Something like that. It used to be that because it was very funny because like it was called Ajax. And it talked about like being stronger than Greece. It was great. Anyways, I love him. When he got to the mountains, he fell down a hole and discovered a dead ancient like creature, not even a god, older than the gods. He found a skeleton of a dead ancient creature underneath the mountain. Horrifying. Great time. Undertale? Kind of. Honestly, he's a little bit like Undertale, but instead of meeting monsters, he found a dead ancient being skeleton and then got low-key raised for a few months by deep stone elves. If you guys don't know my deep stone elves, they're great. They live like deep underground. Like they're very sensitive to the light. They're kind of like deep sea fish, but in like the earth, you know. But he got essentially raised by deep stone elves, and it was great, wonderful time. That was his teen years, and then he like. I think it was only about 3 months he was down there, but when he got back out, his parents just found him impossible to deal with. He was strange, he was erratic. They were trying to say that he was replaced somehow because like they were convinced he was dead because nobody that goes down the Zolkin Mountains alone ever comes back, and their 13-year-old son came back. They're like, he's changed, something happened, something went wrong. Partially, this is also, I wish I had more to write. I need to write more. The elves did give him autism. Because there's more with this, like, entire thing. Because, okay, so Ajax's father is not from the village that his mother is from. He was, like, a traveling merchant that fell in love with a woman from this village and, like, ended up staying. He's low-key racist. I don't know how else to put this. Low-key a little bit racist. He's very, like, I don't get your guys' traditions in this village, so I think they're dumb. And, like, great time. Great time, especially when this entire village has lived under, like, the superstition that there is a hag in the woods, and when you give birth to a baby, you take your baby to go meet the hag in the woods so that she can read their first fortune before they're even a week old, and, like, that sets them up for how they're going to be for the rest of their life, you know? It's just, like, some good juju that they do, you know? You don't fuck with the village that has a hag in the woods, especially as an outsider, unfortunately, because his dad didn't believe in, like, that tradition. He refused to do that with their firstborn kid, which is Ajax. And after the first week of his, like, birth, like, came and gone, the hag showed up at their house and basically cursed Ajax in retaliation to them not upkeeping the tradition. And that scared the dad so bad that he did that with all the other kids that they had, because they had other kids after this. But Ajax, their firstborn kid, didn't get that blessing and got cursed instead by the hag. So he's a little bit fucked. He has a hag's curse on him. And it's great. It's wonderful. 10 out of 10. It's a great time. I love him dearly. I've fucked with his plot so much, nobody could recognize him. That's impossible. You don't know what you're talking about. Pissed off the homeowners association. Exactly. It's great. 10 out of 10. And then we also have Nestor, who is from the same village as Ajax. He also got a blessing from this hag, a fortune told, when he was a baby, because his parents didn't fuck around and find out with the hag. This is Nestor. I love him dearly. He's great. He's great. I think, okay, the funny thing is, because I don't know what, like, all the fortunes that, like, the hag gave. I know that the hag said that he would live a happy life, but she also said that he would be kissed by fire. And a lot of them thought that, like, meant something about him maybe ending up with a redhead in his future. Maybe he, like, grows up to have, like, some kind of innate fire magic. Who knows? They didn't think it meant that he would nearly die because he ran into a burning barn because he knew the barn cat still had its kittens in there. Not really what they were thinking, but it is a hag. So, like, all of her fortunes are a little bit weird. But, like, the hag did say he'd have a happy life, which he does have a happy life. Half his face is just burnt. It's a great time. I really wish, the one thing I wish that Pickers would let me do is, like, just delete one eyebrow. Because I do think he doesn't have an eyebrow on that side. He even, like, some of his hair on this side can't grow back. Because, like, he does have a pretty severe burn on his face. And it does go down his neck and across, like, that entire left shoulder. And, like, part of it's on his ribs and chest right here. You know what I'm talking about? He like nearly the entire left half of his, like, upper body is burnt. He has some pretty bad fire burns on that half of his body. It's a great time. But he's great. He lives a happy life. He's a shepherd. Prophecies are useless if you don't get cryptic with it. Exactly. I love it.
Won't you call it home? Won't you call it home? Won't you call it home? I built a home in Minecraft so I could escape from this place where love is not a game.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Nestor. Yeah, Nestor and Ajax are from the same village. Fun fact, I should preface. Ajax's parents never told him that he got cursed by a hag. They never even told him about, like, any of that. When he asked about it, because, like, his parents, once again, after they had him and that whole debacle, the father's like, we're not risking this again, and, like, brought the other children that they had to the hag for prophecy, for the, like, fortune that they're told. Ajax did ask about it. He's like, what was my fortune? And they gave him some generic bullshit to try to cover up the fact that they never took him, and he got cursed instead. And the only way that he found out later is because Nestor and Ajax, at one point, bring Arete, who's not from this village, but she's basically family now. So they brought her to get a fortune read, because, like, she's kind of just being brought in as part of the village. So, like, they're like, hey, do you want to get a fortune read? All the kids have done it in this village, but since you're new, you never got to do that. And she's like, okay, sure, I can go meet this hag. And then they're talking to the hag, and the hag mentions that she knows Ajax, and she knows what his parents did. And he's like, what the fuck do you mean? What did my parents do? And then the whole debacle is revealed. That plot twist, he was cursed by the hag. And it's a great time. 10 out of 10. One sec, I gotta check my phone. Okay, anyways. I love them. Yippee. I also don't know what to name this village because, okay, I know they all have like Greek names. Fun fact, they have like Greek/Roman names. All of them, they're all like related to each other. Fun fact, Crteating, Nestor, and Ajax. But like, it's Russian vibes. Like when I was originally thinking of this, it was like Baba Yaga vibes. You know? For, like, the hag was, like, the original vibes I was getting. But, like, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna look up this. Russian town names. Fantasy name generator. Koga Bay. Chapasky. Manelma. I kind of like Manelma. You know what? We're going with Manelma. I kind of like Manelma. There we go. I love Nestor. He's my baby boy. I need like 30 more pages to talk about Ajax. Because everything with him is insane. He got cursed by a hag. He fell down a hole in the fucking Zulkin Mountains. Got trained and kind of raised by deep stone elves for a while. Made it back to the surface. His parents thought he was changed, so they sent him off to basically military school in the capital. He survived a coup and a regime change. And now he's the captain of the Royal Guard. And what the fuck is going on? He's had an insane life. Everything's insane with him. And Rete, Rete is more of Nana's baby, so I won't talk too much about her, but she's also very traumatized. Very traumatized. Her mom is dead. She killed her dad, which is why she was sent to military camp, essentially. It was either be hanged for your crimes, or you have to, like, employ into the military, essentially. So it was either the military or the death penalty. And she chose military. It's great. I love her. She's a baby. She's also a Falcon Vulcan. she's got wolf ears and stuff, and she's technically like a spirit moon wolf person, but that's only on her grandmother's side, grandmother's side. She's doing her best. I love her. Nestor has a last name. Let me find it. Where's Nestor's last name? Where is it? Okay, oh, okay, I'm gonna look through all of this. Okay, wait, okay, okay, this is where I talked about it. There it is! Found it! Okay, there it is. And Arete did take his last name because they love each other very deeply. Guy's a fucking long last name, 1 minute. There we go. I can't say it. It's Ovcharka. That's Nestor's, and Arete also took his last name. And you know what Ajax probably did at one point? Be like, you know what? I'll take your last name too. And everyone's like, oh, we're gonna like hug and kiss and shit. Not really, but like they would. Anyways, yeah, Arete and Nestor. They can be passed off as twins essentially. They look unbelievably similar, with both having red eyes, black hair. They both wear it in ponytails. The biggest difference is that Arete has the scar on her nose and wolf ears, and Nestor has a massive fucking burn scar on the left side of his face. It's great. It's great. I really like this pit crew because it lets me do a different like shape / sizing on the different eyes, because it is a huge burn scar. He can't open this eye properly. He doesn't really have a lot of like peripheral vision in it either. Because it's a burn, which I really liked. You can tell this one's a little bit more squinty, but he's just a sweet boy. He's so like sweet looking. I love my babies. All oceans wide, after all is said and done. They actually all have scars on their faces. I just realized that because Ajax has the cheek scars. He's great. I love Ajax. Ajax. Yeah. Nestor's not really related to like the city of Orthel, which is Orthel, which is like where most of this takes like place with all these other characters, like Chef Brioche, Dolian, Graham, Adolf. Well, Dolian's kind of at the Pirates' Respite mostly, but he was there when Adolf ascended the throne. We'll put it that way. The polite way of saying that he killed his parents and everybody in that courtroom. He ascended the throne. That's a sweet way of putting it, because the other way to put it is that he got that crown put on his head, declaring he's the crown prince, and immediately shut and locked all of the doors and killed them all. Regicide! I think I've talked about it briefly. But Adelwulf is albino. His family is of a draconic bloodline, which is the Great Red Dragon. But he came out albino, so he doesn't have like the signature like auburn red hair or like the beautiful amber eyes. He came out albino, which is very taboo in the Orthellan Empire. and mostly like all of Eridurn, kind of, not including the Fomorian coast, but most of Eridurn, because it's kind of bled into the Eldera kingdom as well, but especially in the Orthellan Empire, albinism is very taboo. It's seen as like something happened, you came out wrong, the devil, essentially. It's kind of seen as like a rejection of the old gods. You know? The old gods are rejecting you, and you came out albino. And that's why Adelwulf and Dolian bonded, is because they're both albino. He's an albino rat, and he is just an albino draconian bloodline. And because of that, his parents repeatedly tried to kill him like his entire childhood. A lot. It was bad. He stubbornly lived through all of it. And then the final nail in the coffin was right before he came of age, which when he comes of age is when he'll be crowned as the crown prince. But right before he came of age, his parents told him to go down to Lonnie for something. I don't know yet. And he agreed, but then he got kidnapped, put on a boat with some pirates that were tasked with, quote-unquote, getting rid of him. He proceeded to kill everybody on that ship, managed to jump overboard, but then was drifting at sea for, like, days until Dolian's ship, another pirate ship, found him, fished him out of the water. Dolian immediately saw that he was a brother in arms. He was also albino. And they basically made a pact that Adelwulf would help him become the Pirate King, and in return, Dolian would help him become the Emperor of the Orthellan Empire. And it worked. It worked. He killed his entire family and a lot of fucking nobles. Basically, anybody that was in a high position died that day. The priest in the room, his parents, a bunch of, like, high-end nobles, the captain of the guard, one of the only people that did not die in that room that day was, Ajax and Arete. They were, like, 2 of maybe 5 survivors that day in the room when he was crowned. Great time. Great time. Based as hell. For real, on God, I love him. I love him so dearly. Eat the rich. This is why Adelwulf is like one of my favorite characters, even though he's kind of known as a tyrant king, mostly by other nobles, because he usurped and murdered his family members. He killed his parents, and he's albino, so that was seen as like, he really is like hell reincarnated on Earth. And he's done all this shit, and he's the tyrant king, and what's stopping him from killing all of us? It was a great time. Everyone's terrified of him, and he's great. And he has an adopted daughter who called him a bitch. I love Graham. She pickpocketed him, got caught, called him a bitch, and he's like, you know what, I like you. How would you like to become the princess to the entire empire? And she's just silently with feeling, what the fuck? Oh, I love her. I love her dearly. Graham. Bad guy who is also a father. Yeah. Just, God. Tyrant King with his little blue and purple daughter. It's great. 10 out of 10. I want to make more for them. I think, okay, if I make this into a book series, because I do, like, have an urge to make this into a book series, but I think it would be, like, I don't want to, not really short stories, but, like, books taking place in the same world, but, like, different POVs, you know? Because, like, I have Adelwulf that I want for a main character, and then I also have Saren, who's from the Fomorian coast, who I'd also really like to make into a main character for a different book set in the same universe, you know? So, like, one where we get to see Adelwulf's ascent to the throne, We get to see Saren's pilgrimage because Saren is a cleric for the Morai, and when you are essentially about to graduate from clerical duties and like become like a full-blown cleric, you're sent on a pilgrimage around the continent to essentially just kind of like decide if this is like the right path for you, to kind of like see the world before you like dedicate the rest of your life to this, you know? So like that's what their whole thing. So I would love to see that for them. I also have like Winter, who's a warlock who made a deal with an ancient underwater being. Great time, 10 out of 10. So like there's characters that I would love to be like a main character in like a single one-off book, and then we cut to like somebody else in the same universe also like living their life, if that makes sense. Like I would really like to do that with a book series. I think it would be very fun, and it would give me the opportunity to have multiple main characters and to flesh out this world with like different perspectives. And like mostly I'm doing Eredurn right now because those are the characters that like I mostly have, but I do have an outline for like other continents and places in this world. Yeah, an anthology series. I always forget the names of shit. I can't think of names. But yeah, I want to do something like that because I think it'd be really fun. And like, I would think if I did this, book 1 would be like Adolwulf. And then I think book 2 I'd probably have as like Saren. And then maybe book 3, Winter. And then book 4 would be Graham, which I think would just be great. I think it kind of in chronological order, a little bit with like Adolwulf's story takes place, and then like 2 years into his reign as the emperor, we get to see Saren's POV as somebody that's not from the Orthellan Empire, but is going to be traveling through the Orthellan Empire because they're from the Fomorian coast. And like just seeing like how everything's going through that regime change that happened. And then years down the line, we meet Winter, who's baby. I love her, even though she's going to die. And I think it'd be very interesting to do it that way, because the end of Winter's book would be her dying. She dies at the end of her book if it happens. And then we'd like cut to Graham, and we meet Graham, and it's been like, I don't know, 8-10 years since Adolwulf's reign started, and we get to meet little Graham and her entire adventures of becoming this empire's princess and becoming the sole heir to the empire. Great time. And then we could cut back to quote unquote Winter, because it's not Winter anymore, but it's the deity that she promised could have her body when she died. And like, I think that'd be fun. I'm thinking of other continents I could also explore. Maybe making like an anthology of every single continent, like 4 to 5 books per continent, you know? That'd be a lot of writing. It'd be a lot of books. I don't know how long each one would be. I can't foresee me going over 100,000 words per book, because I want to keep them at least slightly short. Like, I don't want to go too long on them, because that would stress me out, because I'm writing so many of these. But I think it would be really fun. I have just all these brain worms in my head. But I think I'd start with Adolwulf's, because I already have an idea for a prologue to Adolwulf's book, and then also the first chapter. So I have 2 chapters technically in my brain for Adolwulf. And then I think I have a prologue idea for Saren. I need to like write. Dear God. But I won't write them on stream. I might do like some of this character and world building on stream. But I think when it comes to like actually writing the books, I do that off stream, just so that like if I ever publish these books, you guys can still get surprised by like the story. You guys didn't like see me writing the whole entire thing on stream, you know? I just clapped. I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's my vibes. That's the vibes I want to go with. I don't really have anything else planned today, Because, like, I've done 2 really long streams this day, so I might just cut this one a little short. Because now I have ideas, and I might need to start writing book outlines. Oh, God! Okay. Who let me be a creator? Okay. Who's live right now? Who's live? But yeah, you guys will definitely be there for the journey of me making the world. I just don't know if you'll be there for specifically me writing the stories. Because I want those to be a little bit still, like, surprising to you guys. I still want you guys to have, like, a fun time delving into them. Brom's live! I can read Brom for once, not the other way around! Hey, you guys know the rules. Be good, be nice and kind. If you're not good and nice and kind, out here, but like an angry teacher, the bad self-report, nobody wants that, okay? I love you guys. Be good. Be good. Be wonderful. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an asshole. Heart emoji. We're gonna go to my ending screen. I always forget my ending screen. Also, while we're here, I have an idea for, I think we talked about it earlier, of like you guys submitting Hear Me Out cakes for Valentine's Day. But I think that'd be fun. So I might like make a Google form where you guys can submit Hear Me Out cakes and like just give 3 of them. I think that'd be really fun. I might have an outfit change for Valentine's Day. Depends. Maybe. So looking forward to that. Everything's cool and fine and dandy. Okay, I love you guys. Good night. Sleep tight. Have a great day. Say hi to Brum for me. Bye.